Welcome to the tripod. Welcome to the tripod.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome to the Tripods Stand and Deliver Predictions mini episode. There will not be a tripod this weekend because it's a busy, busy weekend. We got said Stand and Deliver from NXT, and we have nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. The tripod will return next weekend, which is Decent Mania weekend. Shout out to APPW. So I'm going to be a busy, busy fat man. But I'm here to make my stand and deliver predictions, and I am very glad that we waited instead of we almost made our predictions on the last tripod, but things have changed. So let's just get right into it in no particular order. Wikipedia, of course. We have Chase U versus Jism for the control of Chase U. Man, this is a match I've been thinking about a lot because let's say Jism loses. Well, then where do they go? Like Jism loses, is that it? That they get taken back to level up and all teeth Ava. Um, I mean, I don't know. It does more harm than good if Jism loses. But of course, we all love Chase U. Chase U is entertaining. And by the way, this very feud with Jism versus Chase U, the segments that they've had and the video, man, it's just like I've said before in the past, it's so damn entertaining. I love it. It has B movie horror vibes all over it. But it's just that nagging thought in the back of my head. If Jism loses, that's it. But I mean, you saw this past NXT when old big strong Oi finally got some assistance from Duke, and Duke was just like, yeah, whatever, high five, yeah. He's still kind of like a little discouraged over Chase U and what it is and what it stands for. It's very interesting because if Chase U wins, maybe Duke will be happy and be on the same page. But then there's that other thought. If Duke chooses to betray Chase U, it would be at a stand and deliver. And then we can go into Jism with the evil Chase U. And he's brainwashed all the students and maybe that could build the redemption story of Duke. Maybe Duke regrets screwing over Chase U at stand and deliver. So I love Chase U, and now that they got the big strong Oi, how do you vote against Chase U? But like I said, Jism, where do they go? Where does Jism go if they lose? They don't have anything. They have this feud. What are they gonna do? Oh, we challenge you to a rematch on NXT next week. Same stipulations. No, God, it would do wonders for Jism if they win and they stay relevant. Chase U, if Chase U loses, they can spend, the first half after, the first half of the new year of NXT, getting rebuilding or plotting or the redemption story and reclaiming Chase U. That would give it an extra, added interest that Chase U makes a comeback, and Jism can just play the evil role, and all teeth Ava can bully Thea around, and Joe Gacy can degrade Andre Chase. Man, it's just fuck it. You know what? I have to edit the pauses out. I don't know, but like I said, What good does it? Nobody likes Jism. I get it. Nobody likes them. But this, where do they go if they lose? They have to win. They have to make this intriguing story go along. Fuck. But the big strong Oi, man, they added him. They added Tyler Bate to this, and like, why would they add him just for all of them to lose, to go down in flames at Stand and Deliver? Ugh, fuck it. You know what? Chase you. I'm going Chase you, baby. It's difficult for me to choose that because I'm just saying Jism. Like, where the anyway, let's move on. We got a triple threat tag team NXT tag team championship match. It's the Gallus boys, Creeds, and Tony D and Stacks. So if you remember this past NXT, we saw Tony D and Stacks get a win, and they have the momentum on their side now. They kept BJ from, being added to this match, making it a fatal four-way. However, usually when someone goes out on top on the go home show, they definitely lose at the pay-per-view, which is pure WWE thinking, which I've been brainwashed to think my whole life. And that's why I lose all the predictions. But fuck it, I'm going Tony D. I'm going Tony D and Stacks. Fuck it. You know what? I hate the gimmick, but it's starting to grow on me now. Tony D and Stacks. It's I think it's their time. It's because they haven't done anything special lately. They haven't done Creeds. They've been champions. They're legit. They can take the loss. Gallus, they just showed up. They conquered the tag division immediately. I think it's time for Tony D to get some gold. Tony D, he put in his time. He paid his dues. So, yeah, baby, we're going Tony D and Stacks. New tag team champions. It's time to get them, even if it's for a week. Just give them their dues. Up next for the North American Championship, it's just a fatal five-way match, no ladders involved. Wes Lee defending against Dragon Lee, JD, Dragonoff, and Axiom, who was the final person added. This match is going to steal the entire show. This is going to be fucking insanity, which we love, and everybody involved in this match. I've seen Dragon Lee once, I think, on AEW, or I forgot where I saw him, but this is going to be the definite beer cheese match of the night. It's got to be with all these five. If Wes retains, you talk about a feather in his cap. But I'm gonna give it to Axiom. I saw Axiom. I've said it in the past. I think he's doomed to remain in the mid card. Like, I don't see him becoming a main champion or moving up and becoming, WWE champion or anything. I think the mid card is where he's going to stay. He's going to be the new Ricochet of NXT. And I know all the titles don't change on the pay-per-view, but fuck it. I'm gonna lose predictions anyway. I think Axiom's gonna put on a career-defining performance, as well as Wes Lee is, of course. Yeah, fuck it, Axiom. Up next, the the soap opera match of the night. It's for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Fallon and Kiana versus Alba and Isla. Now, Cesar went and said that he thinks Fallon and Kiana are going to go on this epic run, just like Team Hell No. I don't like Alba Fire, aka KLR, but you want to talk about somebody who's been there a while and has not seen much success. Like, she was known as the Forever Champion in NXT UK, and man, she has just come to NXT and just been shit in the bed left and right. And now that she's teaming with this psychotic, by the way, both of them are so fucking white. It's you gotta adjust the settings on your TV when they're in the ring. Fallon and Kiana, the story is fantastic. We got the cheating angle, we got the humor with BJ. It's great, and you know that's gonna something's gonna happen. What if Sebastian comes out and is like, "Oh, he has flowers for Kiana," and Jensen's like, "What the fuck?" And then they start fighting or something. It could be drama, soap opera. That distraction could cost them the titles. Um, and if it costs them the titles, will Fallon and Kiana remain a team or not? Because Fallon is already pissed that she's not telling Jensen that she's been cheating on him. Uh, wow. It's like prolong the story. Oh God. All right. Like Alba and Isla, they have nothing, they have no story. Like they're just bitches who jump you in the back. Like they haven't built anything. They do those stupid, creepy seance segments. I think that was like a few weeks ago. There's no substance to them. They're just there, you know? They're just there. Whereas Kiana and Fallon, they have invested time into them. They've built their characters properly. We actually care about them. We care about the BJ angle. Whereas Alba and Isla, it's just like, all right, they're pale white bitches, witchcraft. It's kind of a nothing burger, really. Like I said, they're just there. For the story's sake, uh, maybe it's gonna last past. It has to last past Stand and Deliver. It will last past Stand and Deliver. So I will stick with the story because Alba and Isla, like I said, why? Why would they win? It doesn't. Okay, Fallon and Kiana for the win, the retain. Up next, we have the NXT Women's Championship ladder match, which, as we saw on this past NXT, Roxanne Perez is cleared for action and she's champion again. She got her belt back. That's what it said on Wikipedia. She's champion, I guess. And she said, "I want to pull my title down." So she's heading into this as champ, defending against 5 other women. We got Zoe Leatherface, Indy, who just recently qualified, Lyra Valkyria, Gigi Dolan, and Tiffany Stratton. Um, that's a lot. I mean, they must really believe in Roxanne to give her all these. It kind of seemed like an unnecessary twist with her collapsing and then making us believe, oh, she's not going to make it. There's going to be a new champion. And then, oh no, here she is. Shawn Michaels says, "Yeah, you could do it." Why would they have her come back to lose? But I mean, the talent in this match. Zoe has put in the work. Indy has paid her dues. Gigi's the new hotness all of a sudden. She got that ass. Lyra, um, Tiffany Stratton, perfect heel champ. She could be a great heel champ, especially coming off of Mandy Rose as a heel champion. She'd be a great heel champ. Roxanne Perez, ultimate babyface, coming back from you know, certain injury, possibly being stripped from the title from her title. A comeback story. It could be the feel good moment of Stand and Deliver if she wins. What if she's about to grab the title and she faints again and falls off the ladder? And then Shawn Michaels causes a big scene, runs out there, goes, Booker T goes in there and says, "Oh, you okay, okay." And while they're doing that, fucking Tiffany climbs the ladder, grabs, gets the belt, and is the new champion. There we go. I gotta pick Tiffany. I gotta pick Tiffany. Of course, I think that's the most obvious of all the predictions here. The unsanctioned match I'm doing next, because why would this be the main event? Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller. They did a great job building this up. It's gotten personal, especially with the 15 months ago thing where Grayson hit him on his way out. It should be a great match, and Johnny puts on it's Johnny Takeover over here. Johnny Takeover is, but the question is, he's on Raw. Johnny's on Raw. He's not going to stay in NXT, right? Johnny is on Raw. He's a Raw superstar getting beat by Prison Dom. So why would he come to NXT to beat Grayson? Grayson, wow, how many wins? What was the last big win Grayson even had? I mean, if you think about it, there are really no stakes. And Johnny could possibly be coming back to put him over, to make him a bigger deal, to make him a bigger asshole, possibly to take on Carmelo Hayes. Why would Johnny win this match? Okay, let's say Johnny wins the match. Okay, yay, Johnny take over. He came back. He got his revenge. Okay, bye. What does that do for Grayson? I mean, he's gonna look great in this match, and Johnny's probably gonna make him look great. And it's unsanctioned, so there's gonna be possibly weapons, blood. I mean, what if I keep thinking Tommaso Ciampa's coming back? What if he comes back here and hits fucking Johnny in the face, and that sparks a feud with them on Raw? I don't know. Is this really a bucket list? He wants to finish his story by defeating Grayson Waller. I think the point of this match is to make Grayson look good, because Grayson hasn't had a big win. I think I gotta go Grayson Waller on this. I think this is meant to make him look like a bigger star. He's been involved with Shawn Michaels, like he's been in a big time spot. He's being put at least the top of this card of Stand and Deliver. I don't know if it's the main event. I think Grayson Waller should win this because Johnny's been to NXT. He's done it all, and I just think, why would he leave Raw to fight Grayson to win, to hurt Grayson Waller's stock? I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna go Grayson Waller. I think he has to win this. It would do more things for Grayson than it would for Johnny, in other words. And then the should be main event is for the NXT Championship. Jan Maker versus Carmelo Hayes. Melo is not going to miss. And old Trick Willie is in his corner. Braun's time in NXT has come to an end. And what if, okay, Melo, I'm putting it down right now, Melo. Mangria is with Melo. Melo's winning this match. But what if Braun's like, well, to make sure you're really the guy, let's have a rematch on NXT in 2 weeks or some shit. Braun might not. Well, he could come on the Raw after Mania, though. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, Melo's winning. Melo's winning. It's time. It's been time. It's overtime. Braun, get your ass out of there. None of us like you. Go, like I said, go replace Otis in the Alpha Academy on Raw. That's my predictions for Stand and Deliver. My caveat, again, did a lot of thinking on this caveat because Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano unsanctioned match. My caveat is, remember, it's from the start of this till the end of this Stand and Deliver, this segment, from the start of the Johnny Gargano, Grayson Waller, when they walk out to the end when it's all over. That's been the rule. I've said it multiple times. Candice LeRae shows up. She makes an appearance during this unsanctioned match. That's my caveat. I'm going to lose anyway, so don't get your panties in a bunch, Cesar. Jeez. Imagine if we had money on this. All right, so Candice LeRae shows up during the unsanctioned match between Johnny and Grayson. That's my caveat. I will put the other guys' predictions. I'll splice them together, put them out just in time for Stand and Deliver. Everybody enjoy this incredible weekend of wrestling we're about to have.
What's up, pretzels? It's your boy Stixie Drip Drip here to give you my predictions for Stand and Deliver. So let's get started. Your boy went to Old Reliable, what the tripod refers to for any premium live event or pay-per-view card, Wikipedia. So let's go. First matchup. I know Wikipedia has it one. They have like Johnny and Grayson. I'm going to go with how I believe they're going to stack the card off, with one being the opener. So, first matchup, Chase U versus Schism. And I believe Schism's going to win this one. I'd gone back and forth. Now, if we would have made predictions on the last episode of the Tripod, I probably would have went with Chase U, but having a couple days to think after, and also watching the go home episode of NXT, I think Schism's going to win. And my caveat is tied to this, but I will reveal that after I make my predictions. Match 2, we have them Gallus boys. Gallus defending their NXT Tag Team Championships against the Creed brothers and Tony D and the underboss Stacks. And in this match, I think it's still too early for them to pull the trigger on Gallus losing them championships. So I have Gallus retaining, and still Gallus, your NXT Tag Team Champions. Up next, and a match that's going to be a banger. And after the go home episode of NXT this week, this might be certified banger match. We have Wesley against Dragon Lee versus Humongous Dome JD McDonough versus Ilya Dragunov, aka Dragonzord, versus Axiom in a ladder match for the North American Championship. This is going to be a banger. I mean, I think your boys, all three of us, I think we can testify to this, and probably not going on a limb this, but I think all three of us probably are going to say this is going to be the beer cheese match of the night. And with that being said, I think Wesley retains. I still think it's too early. I still think he has a lot of people he can still wrestle one-on-one and have banger matches. This is going to be a banger. But, and still, your North American champion, Wesley. Next up, we got Fallon Henley and Kiana James versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the women's NXT Tag Team Championships. We briefly touched on this last Sunday. I believe I changed courses on this. I'm going with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I think all the stuff that is going on with Fallon, Kiana, and Brooks and Jensen, I think that can happen without the titles. So, and new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. Now, we come up to the Women's NXT Championship ladder match. We have the returning champion, Roxanne Perez, versus Leatherface, Zoe Stark, versus Gigi Dolan, versus Mangria's favorite, formerly known as Butter Putty, Tiffany Stratton, versus Lyra Valkyrie, versus Indy Hartwell. Now, this is the one that gave me the most trouble, because I couldn't pick between Tiffany Stratton or Roxanne Perez. And at one point, basically, before recording this, like, if we would have did this before today, I probably would have told you Tiffany Stratton. But I'm going to roll off Roxanne. I still think it's too early. And I think if she loses to Tiffany, I think it's going to be one-on-one. So with that being said, and still, NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. Now, to the Men's NXT Heavyweight Championship. We have him, the man that yours truly picked to be the breakout winner. The man who's been behind him 100%. The man who I said, I know for sure at the beginning of this year, but I might have even said it towards the end of last year. The man I believed was going to be the man who was going to beat him and dethrone Jan Maker. Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker, a.k.a. Jan Maker. Now, Pretzels, if you think I'm changing course on this, get the fuck out of here. That is not happening. I have been pubbing for Carmelo Hayes. I have been saying this guy's going to be him. And you got to believe, if there's one match that we're all three on, now I haven't seen what the other guys have said, but I got to believe if there's one match that we are all three picking the same, it's this one. And new NXT Men's Champion, him, the man that don't miss, Carmelo Hayes. Let's go. And finally, in an unsanctioned match, Johnny Wrestling looks to get revenge on Grayson Waller. And in this match, this could go either way. I mean, this legit could go either way. But I think Johnny Wrestling's going to win it, man. I think Johnny Wrestling, he's got that experience in unsanctioned matches. I think this is going to be a good match. I don't know if it's going to be beer cheese, but I think it's going to be a good match. I think Johnny's going to win. I think Johnny Gargano pulls out the dub. And now, for my caveat. I briefly talked about my caveat going to be in the Chase U Schism match. And with that being said, my caveat is Andre Chase will take the pin. Andre Chase will be the one who is pinned in that match. And if you do not remember, I have Schism winning that match. So I have Andre Chase taking the pin. And with that, Pretzels, that is your boys' predictions. We've got a great weekend of wrestling. We start off with Stand and Deliver, and then we got 2 nights of WrestleMania. Gear up, sit back, relax, and let's enjoy some wrestling, Pretzels. Let's really do. With that being said, happy wrestling, Pretzels. We'll see you on the next episode of The Tripod.
All right, motherfuckers. Let's get after it. Here we go. Predictions for Stand and Deliver. Up first, I got the women's tag team match. Kiana James and Fallon versus them witch bitches. I think the entertainment value here is keeping them together with the titles. I'm talking about Fallon and them. So I'm definitely picking Fallon and Kiana. They're just going to keep arguing. Y'all probably think like Mangria, like that whole cheating. I don't think it's that serious until it is serious. And then he gonna fuck you. You've heard it. But up first, I'm sticking with him. Next up, we got the triple threat match for the tag team championships. We got Gallus Boys, we got Diamond Mine, and we got the Underboss and Tony D. Tony D and them ain't got no big wins recently, but I think it's too early to take the titles off Gallus. I think this could be a start of a good feud, especially if they pin Diamond Mine. Don't quite know yet, but I'm sticking with Gallus. It's too early for them to take off the titles, so I got it going with them. Next up, Grayson Waller versus Johnny Wrestling in the no holds barred fuckery. This one's harder for me to pick because I'm gonna say that Grayson hasn't had any big wins. Johnny doesn't need to win, but Grayson doesn't have any big wins since he's been losing to Braun. And I'm going to go with the Aussie Grayson Walla. Even though I know probably Johnny's got some fuck shit. It could be Candace coming down, could be Indy coming down, depending on when the match is and where it is. But I'm going to say for the no holds barred, damn, would it be dope if Ciampa came back and helped Johnny win? That's the only way I'll accept this loss. I'm going to pick Grayson Waller, though. He needs a big win, keeps his feud going with Shawn Michaels since he'll still be there. Johnny's going to go back to the main roster. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Grayson Waller. Up next, Chase U versus Farouk One Tree. I think with the addition of Tyler Driver, this is where Chase U's going to get some wins. It can go one of two ways. Duke gives up on him, leaves, 4-on-3, and then Tyler Driver pulls out the dub. Or Duke finally gets his hype back with Tyler Driver. He doesn't want to give up on the university at the end there. Him and Tyler Driver really connect, hit a tag team move, bam, take them crackers out. Farouk One Tree goes away. They keep the school, they keep the skits going. Tyler becomes like a teacher or some shit. Maybe that makes Duke jealous because Duke is just a student. Helped him win. Tyler becomes teacher. And then maybe they feud, and that's how Duke leaves. But I still think Chase U is going. Up next, North American Championship versus Firecrackers. Well, not Firecrackers. There's a nigga with a taco, a nigga with some sushi, a nigga, and then two crackers with tea. So, yeah, here we go. 5-way championship. This can go one of two ways. I see it. I think it's either Axiom or Wes that wins the title. I'm putting my money on Black Broccoli. This is where they stamp him, commit him, make him good. He needs those big wins, just like how they built Melo. Build him up at Stand and Deliver. Have him win this match. I think this is probably going to be the match of the night. They're going to steal the show with this one. So I would have Wes win this one to go on and then set up one-on-one matches, possibly with big pay-per-views and stuff like that with the rest of those guys in there. The Dragon Lee gets some wins. We all know JD. We all know Dragunov. And we all know Axiom. But I think this is where it's going to get good, and Wes will get the dub. Up next, we got Roxanne with 5 other hosts. Roxanne's winning. Roxanne's back last minute. She's winning. She's not giving up the title. She did have to leave for something, but that's over with. So she's like officially back. So yeah, it's Roxanne, hands down. Up next, last but not least, you motherfuckers. Yeah, it is time. It is time for him. Him needs to win. Let's get Yon Maker out this bitch. He can go wherever the fuck he wants to go. It is time for a heel to be back in charge of NXT. A heel named Him. Him should win. Him shall win. Him shall be the champion. If it's anybody but him, I don't care. I might skip next week. I might just complain the whole time. Might be like an hour and a half rant of Hail Caesar. And then the old caveat. What kind of caveat can I have with fuckery to bring in to this pay-per-view? We got fuckery everywhere, possibly in every match. I am going to say I might steal one from Mangria. And if Mangria, if you use this, then I'll change it. I got a couple more. I'm going to steal this one from Mangria. I'm going to say, since it's a ladder match, Cora Jade's going to come back and try to cost Roxanne the title, but Roxanne will find her way back up there and get that shit. So Cora Jade interferes and tries to cost Roxanne the title is my caveat. Mangria, if that's used, I got a couple more, so hit me up. I'll re-record it. All right, folks. Your boy got to go to work.
And of course, until next time, we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.